take us back to Christmases of yore with his beautiful classic DIY fruit tree centerpiece is Ken.
Hello.
Hi, Ken. How cute.
Yeah, so, usually I'm Mr. like modern contemporary.
You really are.
But I grew up, went to school in Williamsburg, Virginia, 3rd grade, 5th grade. And so I have this deep set appreciation for that super, super traditional.
So do I.
But some of the things like these fruit towers, you can still get them, but they can be $100, $200.
Oh, even more. If you go to those fancy department stores and you look in the department store windows right now, they have them everywhere and they're not cheap.
Right. So I love finding a new way to do it and reintroducing it and putting it in a more contemporary setting. I think we're making what's old and new again.
I love that. And we're making it fabulous and frugal.
Of course, the only way I
Ken's
operate.
motto. All right, so what do we need?
So what you're going to need is a styrofoam cone, whatever size you need. Then you're going to need fruit, sort of just like whole fruit, and about 3 different sizes. You need some large, some medium, and then some small guys. These are all, styrofoam works better than the hollow plastic. You want to get the solid styrofoam one.
And you get these from any
craft store, right?
Okay.
Get them. You can get the big bags of them. You don't have to get super fancy ones. What I did like to do is do a mix of the frosted.
Yeah, makes them look really
and
festive.
the non-frosted. To me, that is a nice. If you can't find the frosted, get your non-frosted, spray them with spray glue, and throw some clear glitter on them.
Okay.
All right. And then what you're going to need, the little secret here is this, which is foam spray glue. Because if you're using hot glue on styrofoam, it'll eat away. You can use the low temperature setting, but I found it didn't hold well enough. So
right, and then you can always kind of see it, can't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is for styrofoam to styrofoam.
Okay.
So what we're going to do first, this works a little bit differently. What we're going to do first is actually coat our styrofoam with the spray. This is the sort of spray that you want to spray on and then you let it sit for a second before you attach things on it. So I find it's easy just to coat the entire thing.
Now, I've noticed if we were spraying spray glue, I wouldn't be able to breathe by now. But this doesn't feel like it has to be in a
there's no like odor. That's great. So we're going to let that sit. While that's sitting, we're going to start working on our fruit.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is cut your fruit in half. I found a keyhole saw or a utility knife.
Can you use just a regular knife that like
a regular serrated knife will work. Okay. And most of it you'll see is just going to go right through.
Well, that's easy enough.
Super easy.
And it's probably easier to cut these than it is the hollow ones. Because the hollow ones are sort of
and they're going to kind of collapse.
Yeah.
But one thing you should know, like feel that pear versus that pear.
Oh.
A lot heavier. So you'll find that you want the lighter fruit. If you get the heavier fruit, you're going to start cutting through, and you're going to find they have this. They have a piece of concrete on the inside, which is what gives them the weight. So you want to just make sure you pluck that out.
That is really good to know.
Now, all we're going to do, Debbie, I'm going to have you help me here. We're going to grab fruit, and now that that's tacky.
Is there any rhyme or reason? Do I go with small, with big?
Start with the bigger on the bottom, and you're going to sort of puzzle them together, and they'll stick right to that.
Oh, nice.
Exactly.
Is there any fruit you wouldn't use?
Well, I sort of think traditionally it's the apples, it's the pears, it's the apricots, the plums, or your traditional Christmas fruit.
So don't use a banana?
But if you lived in like the tropics, if you lived in Key West, doing one that was all like bananas and pineapples, would be fabulous. What you do just want to make sure is that you keep the proportions in line with the shape of your coin. And then as you go up higher, you can start to put in some smaller pieces.
Oh gosh, I can't believe how well that glue works.
Right, it's super easy, and you just keep going up and up. So now...
And then how do we cover the white part of it?
So now what you want to do is once you get it fully covered, you're going to go back through. You want to grab some of that moss, Debbie?
Okay.
And all we're going to do is put hot glue in between the fruit.
And just
go ahead.
Just put it like that?
Exactly.
You're kidding.
It's that easy. And that's going to, like, any sort of gaps you have, any missing pieces, that is just going to cover that.
Down here,
right up. And don't worry too much. Just sort of get it all in there. And then you can sort of go back through and sort of like get rid of some of the bigger pieces. So if you can see that starting to sort of come to shape there. Let me show you one that I started earlier.
And that goes pretty quickly.
It goes pretty quickly. Like I did that one yesterday. I did this one this morning in about half an hour. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so then
you've got all your moss on. Now you want to go back through, and if you want to grab some of the little pieces and some of those berries, just plop those off.
Just pluck the berries off?
Pluck the berries off, and what we're going to do is my glue stick is out here. Hold on. What you're going to do is just find little places in between, like right there, Debbie.
Okay.
And give me a little berry right in there.
This is so cute, Ken.
And you give me one of those. I'll glue that side of it, and you're just going to pop those in any little like openings that you can find that'll fit. Exactly.
Oh my God.
And that sort of starts to make it sort of come together. You can even then get your fully frosted plums, a little bit of glue on the side. You're going to find a little spot.
And this is
and
where
do that there.
you really start to, when we put all the little extra accoutrements on it, where it starts to really look expensive.
Exactly, and it also sort of hides all of your sort of flaws, where your moss didn't go well, or etc. So as you can see, that really starts to come together.
And then we add a little bit of this.
Now my favorite part is you take your grapevine. This is grapevine garland. Take an old grapevine wreath. It'll be tied together with little pieces of wire. Undo the wire, and you're going to get a zillion little pieces like this. And all we're going to do, as you can see here, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right into the styrofoam, and then I am going to just wrap it around and around.
That's impressive, Ken.
And around, and then when I get to the top, I'm going to take this last piece and pop it. Oopsie, that broke right there. I'm going to pop it right back in.
You know what? Your friends.
As simple as that. And then all of a sudden, oh yes, you know, I win
That
$200. That might you want to put it on the other?
And year after year, you'll be able to
Put it
enjoy
over
this.
here on the left here.
Oh.
And what I love is just taking your standard pillar candlestick, popping it on top of the pillow stand, like formal dining room table, 2 of those set for Christmas Eve dinner.
Gorgeous. And I will tell you something. All of your family and friends in Virginia and Georgia are cheering. This is for you.
This is for you. Exactly. This is for my mom, dedicated to my mom and her
And
formal
my
dinner
mom.
parties.
I love this. Well done, Ken.
Thank you,
Fabulous and
Virginia
frugal
girl.
All over again. A man after my own heart. For full instructions on this project, you can go to hallmarkchannel.com.